What is up, Reject Nation? I'm Greg.
I'm John.
We're gonna watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4 today. Last we left off with Io, I believe is her name, or Ayo. Also Zemo, former Echo Scorpion, Sokovian covert kill squad. Apparently last week was not a good idea to barely sleep, take a flight, jet back home to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier at midnight and completely slip on his background that was mentioned briefly in Captain America Civil War when Tony Stark is on his little plane / helicopter thingamajig jet. All right.
Don't worry, someone will correct what that was in these comments
There
today.
you go. Do it. I don't care. Thanks to Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing the reaction highlights for us in this video. Thank you to everyone who subscribed and clicked the notification bell and hit the like button. Full-length watch-alongs, resync it with the time code, or over at our Patreon page. We're over there. We cover 70 shows with the same tier. You get the option for reaction highlights and watch-alongs included for a whole gazillion. You know, you guys, if this is the 4th episode, all right.
You know the drill.
You know the drill.
We got shows.
We're not the only reactors that do this. It's just I think we're one of the few reactors who has, you know, reaction highlights as well for exclusive shows over at Patreon, because there's less you gotta deal with.
Come watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That's where everyone watches us for. Are we going to Wakanda?
Whoa! I should have called it out. Damn it.
It is time.
Oh wow! How cool!
About this.
Je l'ennuie. J'avoue.
Learning to discipline himself with work through the words.
Добре си вдячний.
Homecoming?
Возвращение.
Yeah, I got it.
Грузовой вагон.
Oh, man.
Come on, Buckinator. Acting.
You are free.
That's so cool.
You are free.
Oh,
Wow, Buck. My man.
that's a great scene.
My man.
I like
Bucky.
that scene a lot.
Just working through the demons. Oh, it's got hope.
Ikona into ekufune ke fizikila ngai.
Eat our white wolf. Then we come for him.
Calling him the White Wolf.
So we've got a
Zemo, you got 8 hours to be a good guy. Okay, 8 hours to prove yourself.
While the Wakandans are here, they want Zemo.
I have the will to complete this mission. Do the two of you?
She's just a kid.
She's a supremacist. The very concept of a super soldier will always trouble people. Aspiration that led to Nazis, to Ultron, to the Avengers.
Hey, those are friends you're talking about.
The Avengers, not the Nazis.
So Karli is...
He was in World War II.
She will not stop. She will escalate until you kill her.
Oh.
Or she kills you.
Serum never corrupted Steve.
Touché. But there has never been another Steve Rogers, has there?
John Walker.
You heard of Donya Madani?
No. Sir, no.
They all just left the room.
Yep.
Turkish Delight was always my son's favorite.
Don't trust the witch.
I would like to pay my last respects. Do you know where her funeral will be?
Wow. Zemo is so smart. Everyone leaves them.
He's the whole package.
What the hell is he doing?
He's getting the information that you guys couldn't get.
Yeah. He said he wouldn't get in your way.
They're very bad. Not to be trusted. Donya is our little secret, okay?
Oh, shit.
For 5 years, people have been welcomed into countries that have kept them out using barbed wire. Folks were happy to have people around to help them rebuild. And then boom, just like that, it goes right back to the way it used to be. She's not motivated by the same things.
Gotta understand your opposition.
You know the door is coming for you any minute. In fact, they're probably lurking outside right now.
I prefer to keep my leverage.
Ooh!
Don't engage him. He's just going to extort you and do that stupid head tilt thing. Let me make a call.
Winter Soldier rage.
See, I see him sweat a little bit.
Yo, the cinematography in this show is on point.
Seriously.
My grandfather, Lucas, he always used to tell me if you're doing something and it makes you scared, it's probably because it's the right thing.
Depends.
It's just, there's discretion involved.
I didn't think there could be another Captain America until I met you.
Wow, that's a compliment.
What we're doing will outlive the legacy of that shield.
That shield is a monument to a bygone era. If anything, that shield should be destroyed.
Just the way people kind of talk about things today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karli Morgenthau is too dangerous for you guys to be pulling this shit.
It's so over it now.
Oh, this better be an unbelievable explanation.
Take it easy before it gets weird.
I know where Karli is.
He's just walking around as Captain America.
Seriously?
Just, hey.
Hey guys, Shield, it's me.
I used to counsel soldiers dealing with trauma, okay? This is right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, way back to Winter Soldier. John Walker's just like, I just want to be Captain America, man.
Yeah.
So over this, just respect me.
What I do remember is being alone. Like a lot of you here, Mama Donya saved me. She clothed me, fed me, loved me. For we are, after all, simply one world and one people.
Team Flagsmashers.
I'm sold.
We're smashing flags tonight, John.
Burning all my Captain America gear.
Sorry for your loss. I understand your frustration. I understand your helplessness.
So you want me to stop because people are getting hurt, right? What if I'm making the world a better place?
It's not a better place if you're killing people. It's just different.
You're either brilliant or just hopelessly optimistic.
Oh my God, you're gonna screw this whole thing up, dude.
I'm so tense right now.
You're a supremacist.
Me?
Yeah?
These corporations and the beasts who run them, they're the supremacists.
So? You're killing innocent people.
They're not innocent. They're roadblocks in my journey and I'd kill them again if I had to.
Whoa, Karli.
I didn't mean it like that. You tricked me into sounding like...
Like what?
No, literally, you'd be like just one point.
You threw that one out there.
Karli Morgenthau, you're under arrest. Karli,
Tricking
wait.
me until your backup arrived.
No, I think we had enough time to talk.
You were not
Why don't you
civil.
come-
Oh, bad idea. Oh. It's the American way. Of course. Handcuffs, really?
It's all part of Zemo's plan.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And a distant scream in the background. Oh!
Zemo.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Damn, all that serum. Oh, this is so bad. There's so many people in here who shouldn't have that. Oh, oh, save one for Walker.
You could have murdered him just there.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think he cares at all. Not for Zemo.
Oh no, he's gonna take it.
There it is. Oh no.
There's his one.
Ah, the head tilt.
Oh man. I tell you, he's got like an abomination thing about him. He really does.
Yeah. Ugh.
What'd we miss?
Battlestar, you gotta keep your man in check, my dude.
Were you ever offered it?
What? Super soldier, sir.
No.
Super soldiers cannot be allowed to exist.
Isn't that how gods talk? What about Bucky? Blood isn't always the solution.
This episode's like a battle of philosophies.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm now ordering you to turn him over.
Hey, slow your roll. And we're gonna need all hands on deck for whatever's coming next.
How do you want the rest of this conversation to go, Sam? Huh? Should I put down the shield? Make it fair?
Oh my god, dude.
Captain, slow your roll.
Oh, damn. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
Dora Milaje.
Hi, John Walker. Captain America.
Like I give a shit.
The Dora Milaje don't have jurisdiction here.
The Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
No, don't.
Oh! Who gets
chilling?
We should do something.
Nah.
Strong, John.
Kyle.
Let's talk about this.
Guys, pay attention. Come on, watch the road.
How many times is this guy gonna just slip away? Owie!
That's his thing now, man. He riles people up.
Cool.
Ow, ow. Yep.
Perfect aim. Oh, dude, they just put you all in your place.
Dude. Everyone's impotent.
Oh, you see some of the Wakanda detail in there? Yeah, that's cool.
They weren't even super soldier.
Oh, you pitiful son of a bitch. Damn.
My dude. They're the most elite fighting squad in the entire world. Come on, cut yourself a break.
You just start to feel like angry and sad for this guy.
Yeah, I know. He's trying so hard. He's got so much pressure on his back.
You call my sister? That's how we gonna play this?
Sam, I would never hurt her. I just wanted to understand you better. I was gonna ask you to join me. Or do the world a favor and let me go.
Hey, Sam. New camp is moving. Looks like he's found them. Or maybe they found him.
It's Walker.
Oh, no.
Damn.
I'll send you the location. Go.
It's been a minute since we've seen the wings. Stealth, my dude.
I think he took the serum.
Yeah. He's experiencing heightened senses.
Yeah, he's hyper focused right now. Yeah. I think he's gonna murder those guys.
Oh.
Cool. Oh yeah. Oh, he took it. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, Sam's gonna realize he did too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh. You do so many cool like parkour jumps with him.
Oh, Falcon again.
Oh, right in the kidneys. Dang.
Nice. Nice. Hey.
Hug. I love you, Captain America. Oh.
Ouch. Oh no. Oh, Walker's going to snap.
Hey. Lemar.
Oh, this is an origin story. Superhero landing.
Tension-filled superhero land.
Oh! Ah!
Tension. Oh, goddamn!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh, Cap.
Oh. How's that one woman just recording and laughing with her friend? What the hell? What? Oh my god! What the hell?
America.
Sweet diggity. Sweet diggity. Boy, oh boy.
Good television.
Damn good television.
Damn good TV.
Damn good TV.
Damn
right?
fine coffee.
Damn good television. Humpty Dumpty. So many things happen in here. Kind of confused where to begin. You know, I'll begin. I love thematically everything. This series, but particularly this episode, seems to be dealing so much with this one theme about identity. Like, we got so much about perspectives, I feel, is what we're dealing with. Constantly looking for that gray. And hey, if the show didn't trigger you, I'm going to trigger you now. The show's very political, all right?
Keep your politics out of my political show commentary.
It's so politically commentary heavy.
Yeah.
More than any MCU thing that I could think of right now off the top of my head.
Yeah, because it has the time. Like, it hints at stuff like this, in especially like Winter Soldier, Civil War, but, you know, you can really unpack it here.
Well, yeah, this is like a lot of conversations. This was a battle of philosophies throughout the whole thing. What's neat about it is, while sometimes it is very just relatable over things like dealing with people who are lower class or the application of the word supremacist, things of that nature. What I find interesting is how they handle perspectives. It's kind of like in real life. You know, when you look at the right and the left, I've noticed they kind of have similar opinions about each other.
Yeah.
They each think the other side is crazy. They each think the other side is out to destroy the world.
You remove the specific nouns, but a lot of the attitudes and behaviors are quite similar.
Yeah, well, like you said, the specificity, it often sounds like they're having the same kind of basic accusation is what they're and that's kind of what you get here, especially in that scene with Karli and Falcon, when they're just having a conversation with each other. Sam just lets Karli know, you know, some people think you're a supremacist, and he's like, no, I'm going after the supremacists.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly what I don't want.
yeah.
Please, no.
Like I said, themes of identity and dealing with different perspectives. There's so much wrapped up in here in symbolism, and some stuff is like directly about symbolism. And then other things are symbolic in ways that are not as on the nose, and sometimes they are. You know, like there's so much commentary happening in here.
They're playing a lot of levels, yeah.
So much so that it's hard for me to kind of give a very focused train of thought process here on what to unpack.
Because they're coming at it from so many angles, and they're coming at the whole thing of it's hard to pin down any one perspective because there are so many ways to look at it, and there's so many also personal things that fuel how people approach other people outside of themselves and whatnot.
Well, they're dealing with the gray area every which way. Like how Falcon does tell Karli, I agree with your fight. I just don't agree with the way you're going about the fight. You know, that's what I mean, the gray area. And how I don't know his name, the one who was talking with Karli earlier, who said that I used to look up to Captain America and I didn't view anyone else like another Cap until you, was something along those lines. And how he's even talking about back then there was just good and bad, and now it's a little more complicated. You know?
Now it's not really possible to do the right thing without getting your hands a bit dirty, because that's the arena now.
Yeah, it's a battle of perspectives, and it's a battle of people who think they're in the right.
Yeah, when everybody has a line at which they start looking at other people as like, well, you know, those people, they're just so far gone that I can't afford to have any consideration for them. Like when he confronts her about, like, you know, the people that just got bombed in that last episode.
Yeah. And I think it's neat how we haven't seen the power broker either yet.
That's another one of those latent themes that keeps being battered around is like the corruptive influence and people's relationships to power.
That's
and
exactly what I was going to get at.
Yeah, exactly. Segue.
So, no, you go and take it away.
No,
you take it away.
Because that's, so like I loved that bit mirroring Sam's response to Zemo and the hypothetical of would you take the serum? And and the super soldier serum like is literally doing that. Just here's an allegory for power corrupting people and people's fight to either not succumb to that or, the sort of lies we sell ourselves in order to justify taking up that power. And I thought that was a really interesting thing with Karli, having her explore that, because it makes a lot of sense for Zemo to be like, nobody can willfully induce that amount of power on themselves without having some kind of view that they are above everyone else. And yet, Karli having this globalist message of like, no, I'm just the only one who kind of is willing to do what needs to be done. It's super compelling, and I think it makes it all the funnier that the power broker is such a looming presence when they've yet to show up in any capacity, but they're like so threatening to everyone who gets a call or a text from them.
Well, it's funny with the way the super soldier serum is, because I feel like in any other show or any other context it would just kind of be a MacGuffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's not, it's an actual thing that's really played in and lived in with the world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And even with Karli, when it comes to power, it's like they've lost so much power because of the blip. And everyone coming back, they've lost so much of what they had access to. And now in this fight against power, they're trying to regain power. It is this battle of who's allowed to be in power. And like I love that flip of conversation, because sometimes in this show, in this particular episode, it felt like, am I listening to like a thesis paper or a podcast or something?
So like, remember WandaVision had one ship of Theseus scene? Let's just do an episode like that.
In a sense, yeah, because there's so much conversational stuff that sounds like just that, a conversation. It's not
like two people really debating an idea.
It's not just like a big freaking high stakes, fully intense. There was something that I really found refreshing about Karli and Sam, just like how she sits on the table sitting across from him. This element of where they start off distant and then slowly they start to trust each other, where they're just standing across from one another.
When they get more relaxed even, like she's just kind of hunched over sitting on the table and he's like leaning against it, like they eventually get comfortable even.
Yeah, his relatability quality. And it's Zemo talking with Sam too about why there should be no more super soldier serums and why this shouldn't be out in the world. And like Zemo just hates anything that is above human, basically. But in order to eliminate that, isn't that the mentality of a god too? Like, what a great flip! What a wonderful flip. The way they were capturing John Walker, and again going back to the sense of power and perspective, like John Walker was actually the ultimate symbolism for all of it. Let's face it, they put this guy in a position that he just cannot fulfill. And it's not really his fault. I mean, it's not. Like, at the end of the day, it takes more than super soldier serum to be Captain America, absolutely. To be Steve Rogers, absolutely. How I was talking about at the beginning of this discussion, showing the opposites and some overt symbolism, and some stuff was a little bit more subtle. Like, Steve was chosen for super soldier serum because who he was internally. And they talk about how power will only amplify who this person really is. This perspective that Lemar has of John Walker as this like great guy and the dude who makes the right choices.
This guy I look up to who's got my back.
When like, well, I mean, you're kind of so in it that you don't really see exactly who John Walker would be.
You're probably more forgiving of that because you know him so well.
100%. I love that, how Steve Rogers gets the serum because of the good person he is, and then becomes Captain America. And this guy kind of has this backwards journey.
It's Steve Rogers, it's like, here's the great person that you are that allows you to become the excellent soldier, whereas this is like, here's the excellent soldier that we're just going to take and sort of elevate without much consideration for the other part, without the appreciation that comes with not having just that pedigree,
And the way they were capturing because he's a person who's trying to control the situation. Lemar and John Walker arrive. They find Zemo. I thought that was so stupid. Honestly, I thought it was dumb. Like John Walker would just walk around as Captain America. Like, come on, dude. And
at least have some kind of stealth costume.
I know he's recognizing everything, but for the city that is like, don't trust him, don't trust him, don't trust him. Like maybe walking around as Captain America isn't the best idea. And like no one's listening to him. He's trying to assert his dominance. He's trying to demonstrate the power position that he's in, but you got to earn that leadership position. You got to earn that trust. You got to earn that influence. And he's earned none of it. He's kind of just demanding and expecting it to happen, but no one other than Lemar trusts him every step of the way. And then he makes his own calls and it backfires significantly. Like I said earlier, it's not his fault why he's in this position. In order to go up against what he has to go up against, you can't just be a regular human with a Captain America shield.
I feel bad. I'm like, guys, what were you thinking? Putting just a normal human, even if he is exceptionally human, he's still just a human.
You need something extra.
Dude, you're setting this man up for failure.
Every step of the way.
He's to get crushed.
Like, I don't blame him for the path he went down with choosing to take the serum, especially in the position that he's in, and he's the successor to the man who had the super soldier serum. You know? It makes sense that he would want it, especially with the mission sending him going against all these other people. He needs it to regain some control. But obviously, like this demonstration that he's of when he murders that guy and the public is watching, I'm just like, where's the show gonna go now?
I know.
Where the hell is this gonna go? They're in a foreign soil.
The opening shots of the next episode are just gonna be every news channel carrying that footage.
There's no way to go back from that. He murdered a flag smasher. What does this lead to? I have no idea what this is gonna lead to. A war? Is it gonna lead to more of the world siding with the flag smashers? As they were talking about on the news earlier, how they were growing a following.
It's probably just going to make the divide on both sides that much deeper. It's
Yeah.
going to solidify the flag smasher sympathy that much more, and also the authoritarian sympathy that much more.
Like, that was a brutal scene, and I love the way how, when they were cutting back and forth, when he was getting impatient, waiting so he could bust in on Karli, it had this Alejandro Inarritu kind of super, like, exposed, darkly lit, incredibly handheld, frantic,
like, crispy frame rate.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, you're there and it's icky and like you can just feel the sweat.
Just showing how I'm trying to win.
Man, we're not moving fast enough. I need results.
Lemar and John Walker are a different version of Captain America and Falcon. The mirroring that this episode does, like where Falcon is like, no, I wouldn't take the super soldier serum. No hesitation at all. And then you cut to Lemar, is like, yeah,
dude, of course.
Here's why. You know, battle of perspectives again, battle of philosophies. Everyone is trying to control the situation, and I love when the Dora Milaje show up because all of them lose power.
I know, moment. And so literally too, like, you know, Bucky gets his arm taken away, Cap gets his shield taken away.
Well, with Bucky, what I loved about the performance of when his arm got taken away, he didn't know about that.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he wasn't trusted.
Yeah,
no, you know?
Absolutely. It's a failsafe. We giveth, we taketh away.
Yeah, so that was like a neat little body language moment that didn't need to be said, but you could feel it all. And it's an interesting compliment from the first scene in Wakanda with Io, where she is helping him move past the
brainwashing, the trigger words.
The trigger words.
Such a good scene.
The activation words that make him go full on Winter Soldier, and he's having to just power through it. And eventually he has the breakthrough, and in that moment where he's just really crying, like, I don't recall seeing Sebastian Stan deliver this level of gravitas in any of the movies.
That was like just a full-on body language acting. Like, even though there's dialogue, the whole scene is pretty much just about body language and the intensity of the connection between them and the trust that they have to go through.
I'm like feeling like the fire too is illuminating a lot of the rage within him, or it could be symbolic for like burning it up, you know?
Yeah, burning up the last ashes of the programming.
And how it breaks through this look of hope, and then to have their final scene in this episode be one of mistrust. Yeah. When the first scene is something of trust, this last one was, well, we didn't, in case... you know,
we also did trust you with 8 hours worth of time, you know, to try and get your thing across. Well, in that scene too, where the case pops open and all the serums hit the floor, like I thought it was cool because you have 2 like really impactful character moments out of one little set piece, because like Zemo crushing them is such a huge, like, they did a good job, I think, of, you said before, it seems like it could have just been a MacGuffin, but in that moment I was like, oh damn, but these are like the only ones ones left, and so if Zemo crushes them all, that's it, you know. And so you have almost that, but then you know John Walker's gonna get one. But either way, you see two like huge amplifications of both characters out of that moment.
It's really fascinating. I love how they've honed in on the super soldier serum to let it be a demonstration of power. You know, John Walker, a person who is top tier government agent, soon to be U.S. agent. Top tier.
He's gonna get a lateral promotion soon.
Top tier government agent, right? Dependent on a super soldier serum. And then you got Flagsmashers, people who come essentially from poverty, who are essentially shunned, who rely on the super soldier serum. You know, like two opposite ends who are both relying on the same
tool,
thing.
for two totally different philosophies and two totally different agendas. Yeah,
it paints it all in a different light. But yeah, like with the super soldier serum, in some ways it's going to show Zemo's right.
Yeah.
This shouldn't just be getting distributed and people shouldn't be getting made, you know, because look at the chaos it causes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Once you open that box, it's really hard to close it.
Yeah, and like that line of how many Steve Rogers are there?
And even he gave up. He was like, touche, but also have there been any others since?
It's a fascinating conversation. I guess I love this one because of how conversational it was. There are times, to get some criticism and some nitpicks out of the way, there are times where I was feeling like I'm being told a lot instead of just letting it be lived in. Like how they're talking about what the world during the blip was like and how there's this uprising in Flagsmasher support, how robbed these people, like Karli and her people, are. Like,
I feel like the greater context of the Flagsmashers gets put into exposition like that rather than actually getting to show it to us.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I'm like, well, how much time do they really have? Yeah. And could they really just go around showing us
one
all this
episode
stuff
of just the Flagsmasher life?
And maybe we will get that, but there are times where I'm like, this would have a better impact if it was more shown instead of a lot's being told to me. I get why Falcon feels, or Sam really feels, for what the Flagsmashers' cause is and what the Flagsmashers are fighting for, since he's been personally affected by similar circumstances in the position that he's been in, is just as Sam Wilson, not as Falcon, back in his own hometown. I get it, but there are times where I'm like, I'm being told a lot of what the world is like, and I just kind of want to see some of the world or feel a little bit more for it instead of being told what some of it is. I still like it, and I'm also on the end of, well, most of these characters we're hanging out with weren't around, other than people like Karli, but a lot of the people, like for Sam's perspective and Bucky, they weren't around. They were gone for 5 years, so the way they're learning about it is through being fed information.
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I get it. I guess my main criticism is actually the double beat of Zemo escaping. That could be a nitpick, but the second time he got away, I was like, come on. You know?
I mean, he's so oily, so on the one hand, I'm like, I guess that's just a thing, is like, if you put him someplace and take your eyes off of him, I feel like twice in one episode is a little much, but I did, I guess, especially appreciate how the second time went down, where it's just like everybody, because like that's so, the essence of Zemo is to just get everybody riled up into some kind of alternate conflict so that I could just slip right out and do my own thing. And so, yeah.
But he didn't cause that.
No, that's true.
It just happened by chance. And both times he escaped, for when he was escaped, was just happened by chance that all the people around him. Everyone's like, arrest Zemo. We are going to keep our eyes on Zemo. And then everyone gets distracted and Zemo's like, slip it away.
Yeah. And there was also the thing of like, you know, you knew John Walker was going to come in on him and Karli at the exact wrong moment.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that saved that for me was the fact that they still kept the connection of what Sam was able to earn there. I feel like maybe a different show might not have done that at all, bothering for the second meetup and contacting his sister. So that made that at least a little more interesting.
I love Wyatt Russell's performance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's really gripping. I feel like one thing the show's in the last couple episodes is actually kind of lost sight of is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Like, not them as individuals, but them as a duo.
Team, yeah.
Or becoming a team or becoming a duo. It's there.
Having them feel like the center of it, though. There's so many other characters and circumstances.
Yeah. At the end of the day, when everyone's like fucking doing their own thing or betraying people or whatever, they're still together.
Yeah.
They are. Right down at the very end where Bucky does say, I'm going to go with you to the meeting with Karli at the end. Like, I'll be there to help you or be his backup. Like, yeah, that's there. But I find myself more interested in all the other entangled. Like, weirdly, the part of the show that's not as interesting to me anymore is Bucky and Sam together. It's everything else.
Yeah, and I mean, for the way the first couple episodes started out, you know, these circumstances don't necessarily, I guess, factor in when you're dealing with Flagsmashers and all that, but the first episode was so personal with what Sam was going through in his own life and what Bucky was dealing with his redemption path and everything, and, you know, they're on the mission now, and so it feels like all that stuff is just kind of gone for the moment. Part of me is sort of spoiled in a sense because I do feel like the episodes have taken some interesting turns in terms of not focusing so much on the action you'd expect, but like here getting into the philosophy and you know, really diving into that. And now I'm sitting here on the heels of that going, okay, now if we could just get some more character moments for Bucky and Sam, and then maybe some of those, like, you know, real world impact flag smasher ideology type moments to really make this feel rich at the core, you know, like I feel like that could nudge it over the line into greatness.
You know what I just realized?
What that is?
In Captain America Civil War, the shot where Cap has a moment where he looks like he's about to kill Iron Man, and he raises his shield and just lodges into the Iron Man suit but doesn't kill him. He chose not to go in because he's Captain Steve Rogers.
He chose to let go of his own personal rage.
That moment replicated shot sequence wise and style. There were framing devices of it that were kind of akin to that moment in Civil War, and said he uses it to fucking smash this guy to death.
He chooses his own personal vendetta over the actual whole of the situation.
They really did a great job, I thought, in this particular episode, demonstrating how he is nothing like Steve Rogers.
Even though he so badly wants to be and intends to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's the other thing too, is the fascinating nuance of how badly you can want to fulfill an ideology, but maybe you don't quite understand that ideology, or maybe just your own ideology isn't actually in line with that, and there's so many intricate things that can make that so, and yeah, it's fascinating to watch John Walker play that stuff out.
I really think, like, at an earlier stage in MCU or any other less show, they would have just played him straightforward evil, but that's like, you could really feel that this guy, he really just wants to do a good job, and the reason he turned to killing was because someone he loves was just killed.
Yeah, and the only person who had his back,
the only,
the one positive source in his life.
Yeah, a person he loved died, so he was hurt. That's what I mean. It's so human. Yeah. It's not like just, I'm evil, I want the super soldier serum, you know? Yeah. I need to become America #1, badass. It's so much more layered, and yeah, I really admire this episode a hell of a lot. And also for Io, I think that's really cool, because I was barely in the movies. Like, she's barely in it.
Yeah.
I had to jog my memory for a couple minutes, be like, wait, oh yeah, she's the one who said move or you'll be moved or something like that in Civil War. When we watched the episode last week, I recognized her. I'm like, well, which one? Yeah, that's right. To see her get a chance to become a full-on character here and to see how important, like, it's crazy to know she was one of the people right by T'Challa's side when they were hunting down the Winter Soldier in Civil War, to grow to such a point, to progress to such a point where she's actually the one who helped free him.
To disarm him completely and to send him back into the world rehabilitated.
Like, it provides more impact and importance on her character that I'm wondering, like, oh, well, going back to Civil War might make the viewing experience just a little bit different, knowing just how significant her character does become. Yeah. That's just a great opportunity for the actors, too. I think that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I hope we get more with her, and I mean, any surprise visit from the Dora Milaje is a good thing in my book. Because that was an awesome fight scene too.
It was an awesome fight, and there were fights that remind, like, a lot of the stairwell chasing fight scenes reminded me a lot of Civil War. In some ways, I feel like this show is almost a direct sequel to Civil War, except Infinity War and Endgame happened in between it.
Yeah,
but it seems like
that's the main context to be aware of.
It seems like the main context to be aware of is the Captain America movies, and then mainly it seems to be a sequel to that. Yeah. But then the world of post-Endgame is the biggest effect on it.
Now that this huge world-changing event has happened, what now, Captain America?
But it seems like this is Captain America 4.
Yeah. It does, it feels that way.
I think why I like this one the most is because it is doing all the things that I was hoping it would do. It's not shying away from the conversations, whether which side you agree with or not. This felt very dark. The violence hits. And I think this would feel like a true cinematic experience as a binge. You know? Like, I've noticed like it just gets grittier and darker. Unlike WandaVision, which actually I think would work better week to week. And I thought it worked great week to week. Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's something about the way it's playing out that feels like one big movie.
Yeah, if I went back to rewatch this, I could definitely see myself going, you know, let me just power through this.
Yeah.
I was going to watch one or two, but nah.
100%, yeah. All right, guys. Well, leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe. Click that notification bell. Hit that like button. Thanks to Eric for editing the highlights of the reaction for us. And last but not least, Jason Dolan.
Yes, son.
I want to shout out Jason Dolan because if there's anyone who looks like John Walker at our Patreon page.
Can you imagine Jason with his head crunched into that little helmet?
I can.
I can too.
It's funny to us because you guys don't know what Jason looks like. But
perpetual 5 o'clock shadow.
But Jason Dolan, you know for sure.
That's America's ass on Jason Dolan.
It would be so fun. It would work. I think it would totally work. You look like the kind of guy that'd be like, hey, you're the new Kevin.
You look like a classic all-American young lad. Come over here.
John Walker.
Yeah, you're the all-American way. You're the symbol of peace and justice and all that stuff.
Hey, JD, I love you, man. You're like an amazing fucking human being. You've been there for me countless times. And, yeah, you know, I think if you had the opportunity to take the Super Soldier Serum, I think you totally would take it. I think
you would take it.
You would absolutely take it.
And you should take
it. And then you'd convince me for a half hour of me saying no. Why not to? And I go, all right, fine, I guess I'm taking the Super Soldier Serum.
Jason called me up. He talked me into it. I wasn't going to do it.
Wouldn't let me talk. Let me get a word in.
At a certain point, just to get him off the phone, I took it. Didn't occur to me till after. I could have just lied about taking it, but whatever. Now I got all these extra powers.
You don't even look up your shout-outs, so we can say whatever we want.
You have a shirt here still.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had a shirt for 3 years.
Let's make it 5. 10. 10th anniversary, Jason gets.
Jason, I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon.